On Sunday, there's going to be a concert featuring Daisy Jopling, an internationally known classical rock violinist who tours the world with her own band. And she also runs a music mentorship foundation. And Anna Maria Volpacchio recently moved back to Tarrytown after 20 years working in the United States Embassy in Rome. And she spent a lot of time managing the embassy's art gallery. So she's also been interested in the arts. So Anna, you're organizing this concert, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about when it's going to be and where it's going to be and how people could get tickets.
Sure. Hi, my name's Anna Marie. It's really nice to meet everybody. I'm here to introduce one of my, not only my best friend, but a person that I met, I was very lucky to meet when I came over from Italy because of my love for the arts. And meeting Daisy was a God gift, really a big, big gift to my heart because we both have the joy in giving to people. And when I found out about her foundation, I felt that this was my vocation, along with hers, to bring joy to people and to the young. The Daisy Jopling Music Mentorship Foundation is a foundation where they give students around the world the opportunity to study and perform with world-class musicians on major stages. Her music reflects her energy. Her music is vibrant and it's moving, and her personality is exactly what I just said in these three adjectives. We met together through a common friend of ours, and I am very grateful for having met her. The concert on Sunday is actually dedicated to the foundation. It will be in Tarrytown at the Transfiguration Church, and we look forward to seeing as many people as possible at the 268 South Broadway in Tarrytown. It will begin at 7 o'clock p.m. The tickets are running for $25 per person, and we have a lot of students from different schools attending the concert, which we have decided to have them enter with a free donation. You can pay at the door. There is no need for a ticket online. But if you do need a ticket, you go on the Greenburgh NewYork.gov website. .com, I'm sorry. And you can buy your tickets through there.
Daisy, you've performed all over the world at Albert Hall in London, at Lincoln Center, at Carnegie Hall, at the Edinburgh International Festival in Scotland. Why do you like living in Westchester?
The community is absolutely amazing. I actually live in Peekskill, New York. We just had an event last night which was mind-blowing because I moved to Peekskill because of my husband Joe, who has passed away now, but Joe Brown was from Peekskill, so I moved there 12 years ago. And at that point, the Peekskill School District had no strings programs. And I played a concert on my violin in the Paramount Hudson Valley Theatre, which is the local theatre in Peekskill. And a group of mums came up to me and said, "We've been trying for 10 years to get music for, string music for children in the schools, and we're just not able to get this program off the ground. Can you help us?" And I went and played in all the schools. And now, last night, we had a celebration of hundreds of children passionately playing string instruments. Amazingly, the school music teachers are incredible. The whole community supporting this, the district is supporting this. It has changed the whole of the Peekskill School District, and I'm so grateful to be part of this and kind of blown away. I know how music does really enhance children's lives, but to see it before my eyes yesterday was absolutely amazing. And I'm happy to bring that here to Tarrytown and to Greenburgh. So thank you for giving me this opportunity.
And after our first break, we'll listen to some of your music, and people will see why it's going to be, why they'd have such a great time attending the concert on Sunday. My sister graduated Juilliard, and she's a classical pianist, and my niece performs at the Philadelphia Ballet as a classical pianist also. It's very hard to be successful in music. How did you become a success?
Of course I try to not use those words. Me and Anna Maria were just talking about that. There's such a... I do believe that what we think and say does actually create our lives. I'm not saying it's easy to totally create or, recreate our beliefs, but we do often carry this belief that it's hard to be a performing artist. But I want to say that whatever your dream is, you can do it. And I've always followed what has brought me joy, and it's always worked out, and it will continue to do so.
Right after the break, we're going to speak with Daisy Jopling, and we're going to also hear some of her music. And hopefully you'll want to attend the concert. Where is it again?
It's at 268 South Broadway in Tarrytown, New York.
And it's this Sunday?
It's this Sunday, the day after tomorrow.
That is great. I'm Paul Feiner. We'll be right back after this break.
WVOX. Now back to the Greenburgh Report on 1460 WVOX. Once again, here's Greenburgh Town Supervisor Paul Feiner.
Supervisor, and we're interviewing Daisy Jopling, and Daisy is an internationally known classical rock violinist who tours the world with her own band. And Anna Maria Volpacchio, could you just tell us again when the concert is?
The concert is Sunday, December 11th at 7 p.m. at Transfiguration Church in Tarrytown, New York at 268 South Broadway.
And what time again?
7 p.m.
Till about what time?
Till about 8:30.
That's great. And I just wanted to ask if you could, if our producers could play a piece so people will get a taste of the concert.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And could you tell us what we're going to be listening to?
Yeah, so this is a piece written by Antonio Vivaldi. It's called Winter. I have done a new arrangement where I've warmed it up a little bit, so it's got a reggae. My band is playing a reggae beat to it, which sounds really cool.
How many people
And
are in your band, by the way?
5.
Oh, that's great.
And interestingly, Vivaldi wrote this in 1723, just a few years before my violin was made, that's playing this piece that you're going to hear. And he wrote it for girl orphans. So he was the music teacher in an orphanage in Venice. And he trained those children to be amazing string players. And they ended up being the most well-known chamber orchestra in Europe and toured around Europe. So that's very relevant to what we're talking about with children and music.
Perfect. We're ready to hear it.
Vivaldi's Winter.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Now I know why you world famous. That is, it's the type of music that I would probably play over and over and over again.
Thank you, Paul, so much.
That is great. I think it's so exciting.
Yeah.
And it really, so basically the concert that you're organizing.
Yes.
This week, the funds will go towards a foundation.
Yes.
And what
Every
does
dollar.
the foundation do?
So my foundation has mainly 3 programs. First of all, just 20 minutes ago, we were talking about the music programs in the Peekskill schools. So I helped to start the string programs there, and they're flourishing now. And basically, the way I did it was I went to play in all the schools, and I got kids excited about playing the violin to say, you can play any style of music you want. And I got the parents interested. I got the whole school district, the community, everybody. So when we got to the point where we started the program, we had 20 violins and we had 1 teacher and we had 70 students who auditioned to be in that string program in that first year. So I started my foundation initially to offer those children. We didn't have space for 50, but we had 10 of the kind of, most interested children who didn't get into the Peekskill school program be in my program. So we have free after school lessons for kids to learn the violin who couldn't afford it otherwise. We also found that having children who are already learning music or interested to learn music perform with world-class musicians on an amazing stage, like we've played at Lincoln Center. I just played at the Pyramids in Egypt. Even at the Paramount, which is a beautiful theater. It's a life-changing experience for them. So we might have a program where they learn this, for example, March 25th, 2023. We have 2 months in January and February and part of March where students are learning beatboxing, body percussion, different songwriting, different creative arts that they'll then be able to perform alongside world-class musicians at the Paramount on March 25th, 2023. So it's a mentorship program, and it's life-changing for the kids.
And you focus on a lot of people who are lower income?
We do, but I have to say that music is something for everybody. And the free programs, actually all our programs are free. The free weekly lessons are for kids who couldn't afford lessons. But the mentorship programs we give are for any child, because any young person, because, you don't have to have a situation where you, come from an underprivileged background in order to have problems as a kid. We all go through problems, So music is beneficial as a therapy for me every day right now, always. And I think for every child. It's amazing to be able to express yourself.
I think this is really exciting because I know in Greenburgh we have the Theater Young Community Center, and now the minute I get back to the office, I'm going to tell them that they have to steal you. We'll have to write a letter telling Peekskill that they shouldn't have you, and we should have to move to Greenburgh. But you know what? Because I've really tried encouraging young people to excel. And to excel in the arts. And could you tell us again, before we take the break, when the concert is?
Yes, it's a holiday concert at Transfiguration Church in Tarrytown, New York at 268 South Broadway from 7 p.m. to 9:30. See you Sunday. We hope to see you.
And that's 7 to 8:30, and it's only $25 a ticket.
Yes.
And you're getting international quality. So if you go to Lincoln Center or Albert Hall in London, it would be over $100. So you're getting off real cheap, right?
That's right.
I would say so.
That is great. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor, and hope to see.
1460 WVOX.
Now back to the Greenburgh
Town Supervisor, and my guest is Daisy Jopling and Anna Maria Volpacchio. Anna, there's a concert this Sunday?
Yes, there's a concert. It's called a Holiday Concert with Daisy Jopling and her friends. And it'll be starting at 7 p.m. at Transfiguration Church in Tarrytown, New York. And tickets are being sold for $25 a person.
And we're going to hear another piece. And after you hear this piece, you're going to definitely want to go to the concert.
Thank you, Paul. So this is a piece that I wrote. It's called Prayer. And, it's for me, we all have maybe inside us, or we connect with a spirit which is part of us, which is that place where we find peace and find answers and turn to, in a lot of moments. This piece is kind of about that emotion. It's called Prayer.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. This is really, I'm so inspired by, the music. I love, this is the type of music that I really love.
Thank you, Paul, so
My
much.
sister's, as I said, a classical pianist, and my niece is, but I like violin
I'm so happy.
better.
I want to just say also that piece I wrote it with an amazing flute player who used to live in Peekskill. He passed away, Brian Delmer Taylor, but every time I hear it, I know he's with me. And so that goes out to all the spirits of people that are not physically with us anymore, but they're with us.
I'm like so also inspired by the foundation that you have, because I feel that you're giving young people the opportunity to perform and learn with somebody like yourself who's played all over the world. And when did you start performing around the world?
I was a little kid. So my journey is that when I was 3 years old, apparently I told my mum that I want to be like my Aunt Louise. She's very dear to me. She's still alive. She's like my lifelong mentor, and she was a professional violinist. And just like kids want to be like me, kind of, I wanted to be like her. And so at 3 years old, I started the violin. I mean, pretty young.
And where did you live at that time?
I lived just outside London in England.
And then you started performing. And did your parents make you practice?
This is such an interesting thing because this relates to this, all the programs we do. Because not that I wanted to practice, but I loved playing with other children. I loved being in a group where I'm playing my little, not squeaky, but hopefully, little violin, tiny little thing that makes a tiny sound, and I'm like, eh. But I'm playing with, I used to go on these music camps that my aunt organized every single, school holiday. And we'd have, maybe 25 kids, not a lot, but 25 kids who were, up to 15 years old, really good, And I'd be playing my part, but within this thing which sounded amazing, and it was so fun for me. And, in England, the music camp, we actually camp in a tent, so all the kids are, staying in tents. I mean, it was so much fun. And this is what the students we were, just talking with Peekskill, they have these opportunities to go around in New York State to meet other children from every background, and they just make music together. It is fun, it's uplifting, it's just amazing. It gets you in an incredible place, and that's what kept me going. So apparently, every day I was like, Mom, listen, I can't practice today, I got this homework, whatever, excuse. She was like, oh, what a pity you won't be able to go on that next music camp. And I'd be like, what do you mean? So those social things, that's part of music. And that's what a lot of the kids feel in school. It's not just, it is your own expression, but it's like playing with other kids, and creating music with other kids and learning and kind of competing with each other, all that stuff. But it's about listening and finding your voice and having fun. Really a lot of fun.
That's great. The foundation, or any of your the children, do you think any of them have potential to go into music as a career?
Without a doubt. Some kids have already got into Berkeley. One kid, student, Adam Machado, in our programs, he's auditioning on Saturday for Berkeley. He's going to get it.
Wow.
He's an amazing drummer. Yeah, we're all praying for him.
Oh,
so tomorrow. So anyway, those kids are going to become musicians. But as you and I, Paul, were just saying, this is not actually about that. This is about when you play music, you learn how to, just the actual act of singing or playing an instrument actually uses a lot of parts of your brain. I mean, a lot of people get immediately better at mathematics, a lot of children who do music. But it's it relaxes your brain so you're able to problem solve, you find answers to things in your life. A lot of parents tell me the kids are better even at dealing with home life, like the social life within the family. It's not just schoolwork, but they immediately get better at their grades. It's it just enhances the whole way that you feel about yourself. You become more confident, being able to express who you truly are. We're all perfect as we are, but, at school these days, mostly we feel we're not. We're not good enough at this. We don't look like this, whatever it is. And music's just a way to be ourselves. We can play in the violin, for example, you can play whatever style of music you want. You can. That's what I really teach the kids we have.
And you've been doing, when it says classical rock violinist, what does that mean?
I mean, I use those words. You know what I love to do? I love to delve into new styles of music. So, segue here, I did just go to Egypt and play with 15 of the best musicians in the whole of Egypt. An incredible concert right at the pyramids. And even though I've lived my whole life touring around the world playing with the greatest musicians in many countries, I just was again blown away how one person, am arriving in a room with 50 musicians. Yes, I know their music, they know my music. But literally, we arrive, we play the first note together, we are one. I can't even speak the same language as them. I don't come from the same religion, I don't come from the same culture. When we play music together, we are one.
That is great. Unfortunately, we have to take one more break.
Yeah.
I find this so inspiring.
That's what music does.
Yeah. Well, I'm more inspired now. Sometimes I listen to music and I get like almost like such a rush. And that's the way I feel when I listen to your music.
Thank you.
And I should mention, I thought that because I really like the idea, we have the Theater Young Community Center and Woodlands, and I thought, we really have to do something and get some of the kids there involved.
I love it.
I'm Paul Finer, Greenburgh Town Supervisor. We'll be right back.
From our family to yours.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
From 1460 WVOX.
1460 WVOX.
Now,
What are we listening to?
Okay, so this is a really fun kind of gypsy style piece. It's called Çağdaş. It's actually the most famous dance in Hungary.
This particular one is an arrangement that I made, originally written by Vittorio Monti. And it's just really, really fun. You're going to want to clap along. It's a lot of fun to play this piece. And we'll be playing all of this music on Sunday at the Transfiguration Church, 7 p.m. in Tarrytown.
At 7 p.m. Great. Let's hear it.
Çağdaş.
That is amazing. Yes, that is really great.
Yeah, it's just
I love that piece.
fun. So much fun.
And it's really terrific. Is the foundation called the Ovation Music?
The Ovation Music Program is one of the programs that Daisy Jopling Music Mentorship Foundation funds. That's our free after-school strings program, exactly.
So, I was so inspired by this. I'm inviting you to a Greenburgh Town Board meeting.
Yeah.
It's better listening to you than listening to people yelling at us. What I really love is what I'm hoping to do is encourage the school districts, the Theater Young Community Center, leadership, PTAs to recognize that we have an opportunity to provide young people with the ability of appreciating music and becoming stars. In fact, in Greenburgh, you had Bobby Lance. He wrote a song that made Aretha Franklin like world famous. We have Atlantic Star. I don't know if you've heard of them. They were like a world famous band from Woodland School. And they teach at the Theater Young Community Center, and they're part of their employees. There's now, but at one point they were traveling all around the world.
Yeah.
And I just sort of think that we have to do more to encourage young people to excel in music.
Absolutely.
And
it's
I
an
think that's
amazing
what you-
opportunity. It's like so much fun. I mean, really seeing the kids last night, they're so into it. The parents were coming up saying, we used to like suggest they should practice. Now it's like, would you like to maybe do something else other than practice your violin? Would you like to maybe do some of your other homework? And the kids, they're just loving it. It's, as I say, it doesn't matter whether you become a professional musician. It is amazing to do something like this with your spare time. You get up every day looking forward to playing music.
And if we would have a program in Greenburgh, say at the Theater Young Community Center, we could invite people from all over, people who are wealthier, people who are lower income, people from different demographics, and it's an opportunity for people to work together.
1,000%.
Which is
music
real-
brings people together.
That's right.
yes.
It's
You are
like
one. It doesn't matter
equality.
where you come from. That's exactly right.
Which is really,
You're creating together.
terrific. You also played an Antonio Regnani violin.
Yes. So my violin is, this is a beautiful story. My dad actually, long before I was a little child, he had just lent some money to his brother-in-law and got just 5,000 British pounds at that point. Received it back, and somebody said, invest in violins, in old Italian violins, because they're just about to go up in value. And that's exactly what happened. So he bought this amazing 1778 Antonio Gragnani violin, and it is, so he lent it out to a professional musician, and then at 14 years old, I got my first really big concert where there's a beautiful 7,000-seat hall in London called the Royal Albert Hall. It's round. It is stunning, and where all the greatest musicians in the world play there, literally. And I got this opportunity to play a violin concerto there, which was amazing. And I was like, Dad, can I play on that really amazing violin? And the moment I put it under my chin, I actually cried. Like, it's such a beautiful sound. And I've had that violin. It goes everywhere with me, all around the world. So,
Wow.
yeah, I've had that ever since. It's
So
amazing.
you played recently in Cairo?
Yes, I
At the
played
Pyramids.
at the Pyramids, which, so, let me tell you, I had, it was a really cool stage where there were steps at the back of the stage, and I love to make an entrance. I just love to do things with lighting. And so I said, okay, guys, this is what you're going to do. I'm going to walk up the back of the steps, and then there's going to be this massive spotlight on me. So it looked like I'd appeared out of nowhere, hanging in midair, like I was levitating or something, with the pyramid behind me. So I had 15 incredible Egyptian musicians, including like this Arabic violinist. So he started solo. The whole concert started with a solo Arabic violin. It was
How many
amazing.
people went to that concert?
700 people.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm like basically waiting to go on stage, looking up at the pyramids. It was nearly a full moon, and I'm like, this is one of the best moments of my life. It was amazing, and we had an incredible concert. And out of the 700 people who came, I'm going to say at least 200 had never been to a concert before. We had 8 children from an incredible arts program in Cairo, who from the most underprivileged area in Cairo, singing on stage at that beautiful stage at the pyramids, and all their families came. I mean, they'd never been to a place like this.
And
It
that
was
must have been amazing.
Amazing. And we had 65 refugees at that concert. So it was
wow.
just the whole thing. This is what I love to do. And we had the elite of the elite all in the same concert, enjoying music, being one together, and, having this incredible experience together. And that's what we're doing. And the next one of that kind of caliber, because I love now, I've got this whole idea every year to go to an iconic place. So 2023, probably September 9th and 10th as part of the G20 summit. We're planning it, so it's not fixed. I'm putting out there, but it's going to happen. We're going to play at the Taj Mahal in India, because
wow.
that is where the next summit is. So it'll be linked to, peace and unity, and it's going to be an amazing. So at that point, I will basically collaborate with the most, famous and amazing musicians in India. And we're also going to have children from underprivileged backgrounds performing with us. So everywhere I go, I'm doing this package of like great music, performing with the most famous and amazing musicians, and yet giving this opportunity to
So
kids.
really, Anna, the concert this Sunday is really a gift to the community. It's a gift to the community because here's an opportunity to hear a musician that is playing all over the world at amazing locations with the top musicians around the world.
That's right.
And I can't think of any other concert that's $25.
Well, yes, it's actually it's giving. We're giving to the foundation, but we're also giving to the people who come.
That's right.
It works both ways. I think this is the time of the year also where everybody's in that special moment where they want to give. And this foundation is definitely a beautiful foundation with beautiful people. And I think the world works only by giving and receiving.
This is real.
Love it.
It really is exciting, and I'm like so honored that you took the time to be on this program. And I also will look forward to the concert, and I appreciate the fact that you'll attend a meeting of the Greenburgh Town Board, and this way we could spread the word about the foundation, because I think that's really important. So as a result of this, now I feel more inspired than ever.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul, for having me. It's an honor to be here with you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
hope everybody shows up on Sunday. Come see us at Transfiguration Church in Tarrytown at 268 South Broadway at 7 p.m.
Great. I'm Paul Feiner, Greenburgh Town Supervisor. Thanks so much for joining us.